Here we go. We are finding inverses. So the key to finding an inverse is setting it up correctly. I am trying to find G prime at 1. That's the ultimate goal. So if I'm finding G prime at 1, what do I know about my G ordered pair? X is 1 here. If the X is 1, what's true about my my F function? The Y is 1. Okay? So I know the Y is 1. I want to know what the X value is. And so to do that, I'm going to take 1 and plug it in for Y. So 1 is equal to the square root of X minus 4. I want to solve that thing. So to get rid of the square root, I'm going to square both sides. To get rid of the negative 4, I'm going to add 4. What's my X value going to be? So this is 5. If that's 5, then the Y value over there is 5. And if that's 5, I want to know the derivative at 5 because I always want to take the derivative of X values. So what I need here is to find F prime at 5. Okay? I know what F is. I want to know F prime. So I need to take the derivative of that. And that thing right there is the same as X minus 4 to the 1/2 power. So let's take the derivative. F prime of X. X minus 4 to the 1/2 power, I'm going to multiply by my exponents. I'm going to rewrite the baby. And I'm going to multiply by the derivative of the baby. What's my exponent going to be on the outside of this? Negative 1/2, because it was 1/2, and I'm decreasing by 1. Now it's negative 1/2. That's F prime. I want to know F prime at 5, which is actually way easier than you would think it would be. What is 5 minus 4? 1 to the negative 1/2. Well, the negative is going to flip it, put it on bottom. And then I'm square rooting 1 over 1, which is going to be, it's still 1. It didn't change. It's still 1. 1 times 1/2 is 1/2 times 1 is 1/2. F prime of 5 is 1/2. 1/2 is not my answer. What do I need to do with this guy right here in order for me to find the derivative at the inverse? Do the reciprocal. My real answer to that problem is 2. It's a setup problem. It takes us a little bit of time, but you can handle that. Don't let it be harder than it is. Here we go. We are taking the derivative of tangent. So to find the derivative of arctangent, again, y prime is going to be equal to 1 over 1 plus something squared. That is the derivative of arctangent. That's the outside function. Now, once I've done the derivative of the outside, what do I need to do? Rewrite the baby and then multiply by the derivative of the baby. So what is the derivative of E? What you see times the derivative of my exponent. So it's times 2 there. Okay, the derivative of E is what you see times the derivative of the exponent. The derivative of 2x is just 2. That's my function. That's my answer. Obviously, since that's all positive, they would go in the numerator. Positive exponents is what I mean there. E to the 2x all over 1 plus. You could technically write that as E to the 4x squared, but the other thing is fine as well. Multiple choice, it might look like that. Questions on that one? 4x squared. You got to square the x as well. See here? We are taking the derivative, and y is not by itself, so this is implicit. It says find dy dx, so I need to get that by itself. Y squared, the derivative of y squared is 2y. But since I took the derivative of y, I need to include dy dx. What am I going to have to do to take the derivative of xy? Product rule. If there was a minus in front of the xy, that's the thing that would throw me off. It's not, so I'm okay. All right, but the derivative of xy, it's first times the derivative of the second, dy dx, plus the second times the derivative of x, which is 1. And what is the derivative of 2? 0. Don't make that mistake. Now that I've done that, I'm looking for things that don't have a dy dx like this. It's going to go to the other side, so it's going to be negative y. Both of these things have a dy dx in them, so I can factor that dy dx out. And I'm going to be left with 2y plus x. And then to finish this thing, I want to get dy dx by itself, so I'm going to divide by 2y plus x. Divide by 2y plus x. That's my final answer. The derivative of y is equal to negative y over 2y plus x. Questions there? We've done. Here we go. We are taking the second derivative at 0. And so let's find the first derivative, f prime of x. What's the derivative of x going to get me? 1 plus the derivative of e is what I see times the derivative of my exponent. What is the derivative of 2x going to get me? 2. Okay? That's the first derivative. I want the second derivative. What's the derivative of 1 going to get me? 0 plus the derivative of e is what I see, which is that 2 with it as well. It's a constant. Times the derivative of the exponent. What is the derivative of e to the, or what's the derivative of 2x again? 2. And so my real second derivative here is 4 e to the 2x. But I want to know the derivative at 0, so what am I going to do then? Plug in 0 for x, so 4e to the 0. Anything to the 0 power is 1. 4 times 1 is 4. That's my final answer. Yes. So again, make sure you're reading directions here. We're writing the equation of the tangent line. So the first thing I'm going to write on my paper is y minus, x minus. I can plug in my y values and my x values. It's y minus 0 and x minus 1. I need the derivative. And so I'm going to take the derivative of this function right here. X cosine y, what am I going to have to do to take the derivative of that thing? Product. First times the derivative of the second. The derivative of cosine y is negative sine y. But since I took the derivative of y, dy dx. Plus the second times the derivative of the first plus the derivative of y, which is dy dx. And that's going to be all equal to 2x. That is the derivative of that function. I could get dy dx by itself, but it's asking me to find the derivative at a point. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in 1 and 0 everywhere. So this is going to be 1. So it's just negative sine of 0, dy dx. Plus cosine at 0 plus dy dx is going to be all equal to 2 times 1, so it's all equal to 2. I got to solve that thing. I'm talking about sine and cosine at 0. Where is 0 going to be on my unit circle? Right there. If I'm doing the ordered pair, that ordered pair is 1, 0. So if I'm doing sine at 0, which value do I want if I'm doing sine? Do I want the x value or the y value? The y. So it's negative 0 times dy dx, so it's garbage. It's nothing. Okay? Plus cosine at 0. So cosine at 0 is 1 plus dy dx is all equal to 2. Or in other words, all I need to do is subtract 1. Dy dx is going to be equal to 1. That is my final answer right there. Here. Okay, so as I look at this problem, I'm taking the derivative, and I've got an inverse. So the way I'm going to set it up is I'm going to have an original ordered pair. I'm going to have an inverse ordered pair. Which trig function, or which function is going to be my original function here? F, because that's the information I've got. The inverse is going to be G. I'm going to find an ordered pair. I'm going to find an ordered pair. I'm going to find F prime at something, and I'm going to find G prime. In this case, I'm finding G prime at 7. So if I'm finding G prime at 7, how is 7 related to my G function? It's the X. So in my other function, it's the Y. So I want to know when F has a Y value of 7. When does F have a Y value of 7? F has a Y value of 7 at 3. And so that tells me that this is 3. And so in order for me to solve my problem, I want to know the derivative at 3. F prime at 3 is going to get me 8. Oh, sorry. So if F prime at 3 is 8, what is my derivative at the inverse going to be? The reciprocal of that, which is 1/8. Questions on something we did?